How's it going out there? Marty Schwartz here with GuitarJams.com, a website with a ton of cool lessons on there that are not on YouTube. You can try it for free for 3 days. Just click down there and check it out. I've got a lesson based on some requests that I'm getting. You know, a lot of people want to get their soloing better and get new concepts and new ideas. The one I've got, a lot of more kind of jazzy, funky players use it quite a bit. It's basically substituting one note from the blues scale. What would be called substituting the 7th tone, the minor 7th, for a half step down to the major 6. And you replace it. And I've also seen it called the voodoo blues scale as well. So that's another thing. If you've heard of that, you can go, look into that a bit. I'm just going to show you a cool little, replacing one note gives it a really cool sound, and I'll show you some cool tricks with it too. So come on, let's zoom in and check it out. First, let's play the A blues scale, or it's the A minor pentatonic with the blues note added to it, and it looks like this. A lot of beginner students forget that pinky note right there when they're playing the blues scale. So what we're going to do though, and this is just a device you can use, especially in like a bluesy kind of vibe. Obviously it's the blues scale, but what I mean is there's going to be certain very minor sounding progressions where this won't work, and that would be kind of a modal, modal reason. So let's not worry about that right now. So we've got, it starts the same way, but instead of 5-7, which you can still do, we're going to do 4-7. Use your index and pinky, or index and ring, so that way it's just kind of still like the scale. Then the G string is going to be the same as the blues scale. But then now on the B string, we're going to go, instead of, doing that instead. And this note right here is the same note as the one we changed right here. So we only changed one note. And this note also comes from the Dorian mode, the Dorian minor scale, which looks like this. Oh, there's that note, and the note from the blues scale. Same thing on the G. We're thinking of it as the blues scale with a little piece of the Dorian in there. And the other cool thing about this scale and the note that we changed, both of it's the same note. It's the major third. It's the strongest note of the 4 chord of A. So if we're in A blues, the 4 chord, the 2nd chord of the blues is D7 or D9 or D13, all different shapes, but it's a D dominant chord. And you can see right there, or the shape of it, that's the note we've replaced. So this scale actually works great over the 4 chord, but it's super tasty over the 1 chord because it's just a different sound for our ear to be attracted to. It's a little more, it's not used as much, and it's a little more unusual. So let me just show you a couple little things I like to do. I like to go, hammer this on from the 5 to the 7 on the B. And then also, I do it a lot, I bend that 6 up to the 7, just a half step bend. And then I went to the regular blues scale, so you can mix and match them. It doesn't have to just be like, okay, now I'm going to just go through that new scale that I learned. It's an idea that you can throw in there. So if I play this little groove, I can just go right back to the blues scale anytime I want. So if I stop that, it's just some other cool things that kind of come from that. One is you can bar the top 3 strings here, strum all 3 strings, and hammer on that 6 right there. And that's, you know, and then drag your pick back over. You could just do these 2. Like that a lot. Also just practicing the blues scale but with the 6 in there instead of the 7, like and if you know your other positions of the pentatonic and the blues scale, you can kind of find that, like the second most common position would be the A root. So instead of the long one here from 12 to the 15, it's just 12 to 14. And then you'd have the 11th to the 14. And when I use this, I'm always kind of mixing and matching. I'm going in to the regular blues scale as well. The other thing about that instead of this, it's a little sweeter sounding. And it also, this comes from the major pentatonic, so it's also a good way to transition between your major and minor pentatonics. So another, and I've got a lot of info here, but another thing that you can just try with this scale is if you're playing the blues, let's say it's like a swing, happier swing kind of blues, or even just longer on the 1 chord. So when you're on that 1 chord, you could, just as an experiment or something to practice, you can do just the major, A major pentatonic over that. And then when it goes to the 4, instead of playing the minor pentatonic, you could play that voodoo thing instead. And, this lick's real common in there. Which also, not only is it that voodoo scale, but it's also outlining a D7 chord. And so that would just be with 1 pick, and then with 1 pick here. I'm emphasizing my right hand there so you can see what I'm doing. and incorporating that note, if you're a little more advanced player, just seeing where that note, that 6th note, changes instead of the 7 in the other positions of the pentatonic, like up here. So the point of the lesson really is to just don't overlook that 6. It's a really sophisticated sound that you can add. All right, that's it. Hopefully there were some cool ideas in there for you. You can always join my email list and get a bunch of cool free lessons that aren't on YouTube. In the meantime, we'll just wait around and hopefully I'll find you somewhere again.